Ancient History by Solange Olivier. Hello people of planet Earth. Today on Ancient History we will be bringing you a special. On today's special we will be talking about Roman gladiators. Now before we start I will define what a gladiator is. In Latin the word gladiator means swordsman, so it means armed combat that entertains audiences. Now picture it. You are going into the arena, into a fight where you do not know if you'll make it back out alive. You march up and get into your fighting stances. You circle because you don't want the audience to get too bored, but you don't want it to take too short a time, so the audience wants to make it more fun. The victor kicks the sword away, and then the loser lays there almost dead on the ground. The loser tries to put on their brave face, and since they have put up a good fight,
now let's
the
talk about
audience
where
saves
gladiators
them.
fought. Gladiators first fought in one arena,
And then they fought in stone Roman amphitheaters. The first stone amphitheater in Rome was built in 29 BC. And then gladiators fought in Roman colosseums. The first Roman colosseum that was known of was built in 80 AD, and that is where gladiators had fought most recently. Now let's talk about why gladiator games take place. One of the reasons is because gladiator games seem to please and entertain the Roman gods and goddesses and steer Rome away from disaster. Another reason why the gladiator games took place was for the own crowd's entertainment. And finally, gladiator games took place because it distracted the Romans from the politics and stuff, so the people who ran the government could do what they wanted. Now let's move on to who competed as gladiators. Slaves, criminals, prisoners of wars, and people who were sentenced to death were forced to compete as gladiators. Female gladiators who were sometimes wealthy also appeared in the arena. There were also elite gladiators who chose to fight after they had obtained their freedom. There are also many types of gladiators. There were Catervari gladiators, and that was when several gladiators had fought together. There were Bestiari gladiators, and these gladiators had fought wild animals. There were elite gladiators who had obtained their freedom but chose to continue fighting anyway. Now let's talk about what weapons gladiators would use. Lead-weighted darts, a sword, a small shield, a dagger, arrows, half swords, short curved swords, long broadsword, a spear, a trident, a casting net. That pictured is a bow, insignia, an arrow, a harpoon, a leaf-shaped sword, a spear for thrusting, short javelin or spear, small light shield, or long heavy throwing spear. Now when you think about gladiators, you might think that they only fight other gladiators. However, there are different types of gladiators, and the Bestiari gladiators fought many different types of animals that I will list out for you. They fought bears, rhinos, tigers, elephants, giraffes, and many other animals. The slaves are sold to someone who might want to enroll them in gladiator school. Before they go to that gladiator school, they have to get sold to someone. If they are unlucky enough to get sold to someone who wants them to be a gladiator, then they will go there. But all slaves have to wear a collar, kind of like a dog, with their owner's name on it. This is a picture of what a Roman gladiator school might look like. This is not entirely accurate, but it's as best as I could do. So at gladiator schools, they had really high stone walls. So there were multiple places where guards watched to make sure no one escaped from up above. If you got in trouble in gladiator school, there were multiple punishments like floggings, getting locked in a little dark space, and getting shackled to the wall in that dark space, and being chained to this thing where feet and hands are stuck for a few days. The fight that we had talked about earlier has an alternate ending, and this is what it is. If the player was too weak to earn another fight by the audience saving the loser, then the victor will turn and look at the audience to see if he or she should kill him. The audience says that the loser should be eliminated. This person will not live to fight another day.